Good morning to all the beings. Good morning to the rising sun. And good morning to all peace workers around the globe who really from their heart and from their consciousness try to figure out what does it mean that this planet Earth can be an embraced living organism where we know how to practice peace. And in this sense we want to present this morning in the community of the stone circle the different archetypes, the archetype of the lust. And he or she is like the caretaker for a whole area what we call the love school. And imagine that in all communities, when we grow up as children, we can learn from being with the plants, being with the animals. Suddenly a sensual, sexual consciousness arises, and we have a teaching around it, how to deal with it in a conscious way. And so you see here, it's a figure, an icon, which really expresses, here I am, with a sense of consciousness for the awareness of the body. So my body is my temple of love, and I will take care for it. So this stone is representing a vision that we are aware again that we are all coming out of this source, out of this central source. Our souls decided to be incarnated here, incarnated in body. And so this morning when I was in my meditation in the cave, I felt this miracle that lust is in a way like water and wants to be discovered in a way that we let the water flow in its natural way with real consciousness. It's like she is telling, here I am, and I invite consciousness to be with me, and I invite that you send contact and awareness before you touch. And it's also telling us, I was declared as evil for centuries, but I myself, I'm not cruel in any way, but I became evil because I was declared as evil. I was suppressed. And if we look to this moment, how many torture, how many wars are going on because she, the lust, is not really honored in respect to her divine source, then we know what kind of work is waiting for us. And so listening to the voice of the lust, she does not ask as first, how can I be fulfilled? She is not driven by a certain kind of gear. Gear?
Greed.
Greed, yeah. She is driven, how can I serve? How can I flow? How can I purify? How can I support? How can I be in service? And imagine that our next generations can grow up in this way of trust. And to be part of this healing, we have to face the shadow side. We have to face this part of suppression, this part of making it evil or declare it as evil, and to look how can we come back to a real trust. We always call TTT, trust, transparency and truth. And to learn what it really does mean to be truthful to each other. Often we say, yes, natural, I'm always truthful. And we are not aware that there are hidden longings which we never were able to reveal to each other. So the lust and the freeing of the lust is very much dependent from our learning to reveal what we love and what we don't love. And we are in a global love school right now, and we had the connection of love, sexuality. Is it the same? Is it not? And I did read in the internet a lot of declarations about it. But I feel, as being a woman, I only go in the contact with what I really love. This is not the same like loving a person, but to let the flow be my guide. And if I feel, no, this is not correct, to give a sign. And this is a learning. How will a man ever trust a woman if we can't learn to show? And then we also become aware how much there is this, to say again, I'm a sexual being, normally rises fear. But to tell it in a way that, yes, I know there is a power with this, and to deal with this power in a conscious way. So if I face that there is fear towards a man or towards a woman, so I'm also part of the responsibility that the others can share truth with me. And you know all about the secret of jealousy if we are in a partnership and my partner suddenly reveals I feel some lust to someone else. So in the way how we were conditioned, it's at once rising this, I have a right that you stay with me. And then of course there comes fear. So how can I serve trust in relationships?